office also, I'm facing a problem in internet connection. It seems buffering and quite slow also in my office. My
So
office.
far, you're good, Afnan. You're good. So basically, today we're just going to go through the homework, which was the different or looking at the different platforms and what you thought and what were your experiences. And this way, rather than me telling you my opinions, this way we get a complete perspective from different people. Okay, so then let's go ahead and start with Muniz. What were some of the platforms you did? What were the pros and cons? And which one was your favorite?
Okay, I tested out a few. Of course, Skype for Business. That's one platform. The other platform that I'm currently using now is Microsoft Teams. And I also have a bit of experience with obviously Zoom. And then these are the three things that I tested out with, you know. Um, so with Microsoft Teams, I think the thing is, it's all the tools are in one place, in the sense that you can do a chat, and then you can share files, a lot of things that you can do with it, and then you don't have to like pay additional for if you're going to use Microsoft Office and whatever. Everything is included. There's also a very good option in terms of sharing files. Like, for example, if I create a group, right, to do training, and if I want to share a file with an entire group, even the recording for that matter, right? So it's very easy for me to share. It's just like, drag and put it there, and it's very easy. And you also have the record over there. So it is something like a WhatsApp, it works like a WhatsApp. So it's um, and you also have got a couple of helpful bots. Like, for example, if you want to create forms, so they have got application built-in where you can go and select a pre-done form on general topics, or you can actually go and create your own questions, and and then they will give you some suggestions in terms of the type of answers that you can expect, true, false, or it can be a Likert, or it can be a entire like a net promoter score, that kind of thing. So they have got various options. You can choose, and then you can tailor your questions accordingly. So it's very easy for you to create forms, and then you can also put the forms online. And when you want the participants to answer, you just paste the forms in the chat. All you have to do is click on the form, and then they start answering, and then you can see the results immediately, and you can also share that with the participants. So my experience doing that was they were all very excited to see the result. And after that, once they have seen the result, and we start discussing on each one of those questions, right? So it actually added a lot more value to the discussion. Because now they know, like, maybe 80% or 90% of the people were choosing, say, option A, right? So, and then we were trying to understand, okay, why did you choose option A, right? So the discussion became very, very rich as a result. So those are the pros of Microsoft Teams. I think the cons, I think, it's just too many similar tools. Like, for example, you have got Microsoft Stream, and then you have got another recording tool, and also, like, even chats, right? There are multiple chats available in multiple places. Like, even if you want to create forms, you have got the forms channel where you can go and create forms, and you can also create forms in the chat box as well. A separate form on the chat box. So it's just repetitions everywhere, so it can create a little bit of confusion, but otherwise I think that's Microsoft Teams. The other thing that I looked at was Skype for Business. So Skype for Business, basically, you have the video and then the audio recording all in a course. It's similar like Microsoft Teams. But I think that Microsoft Teams, there is it can support up to about 1,000 users at one go, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I read about. And then, but I didn't test it with 1,000. But I think for Skype for Business, the last I remember when I was using it in the company before, it can support up to about 250 people. So if you want to do a large webinar and all that, then, Skype for Business may not be the ideal tool. Yeah. But again, even Microsoft Teams, uh, the entire organization or everyone needs to be using Microsoft Teams. Otherwise, it's difficult. But now, if you're using Microsoft Office products or even Windows for that matter, right? Windows 10 and above, it's actually bundled in. Teams is actually bundled in as one of the tools that you can use for Office 365. Yeah, so that's the thing. So if like for Afnan, who is a Mac user, I don't know whether you want to be using Microsoft Office, but that's one option. Um, the other thing about the Skype is it is not a fully integrated voice over IP platform, meaning it is, sometimes you have a lot of background noises. Your voice can get a little jagged and all that. So that's what I noticed with Microsoft Teams. And then, but you need to get a special phone for Microsoft. I mean, for Skype for business, you need to get a special phone. You cannot use like a conventional phone and whatever not. But for Teams, you can basically speak like on the computer itself. Skype, you can also do that, but if you want to say, if you want to connect off the computer, you need a you need a special phone. Yeah. Um, all right, that's Skype for business. What did I do? Okay, Zoom. Zoom, I think Zoom is something new that I've been using. Because all the while I've been in the company, I've been only using Microsoft Teams and also Skype for business. Zoom only during the lockdown, because I noticed a lot of people started getting into Zoom. And then when I locked on, then I started learning about Zoom as well. I think Zoom has got very good features, very user-friendly features, um, and it doesn't matter what is the background, in terms of what is your operating system, or you don't really have to have any license in whatever not. So it's free and it's easy, not like Skype for Business or Microsoft Teams. So I think. In terms of, yeah, I think it's a very easy to use platform. It enables you to do a lot of things even if it is free, but I think if you purchase it, it's not very expensive compared to Teams and Skype. It's much more cheaper. um, yeah, so I really don't have much experience using Zoom except for the last few months during the lockdown. So yeah, that's the three things that three sort of platforms that I tried on. There was another thing that I looked up, but I didn't really go in detail. Is that GoToMeeting? But I just read about it. I didn't really go into it.
So which one's your favorite, Muniz?
My favorite so far is because I'm using Teams all the time, so obviously Teams is what is my favorite. You know why? Because though you have got repeated functions here and there, but I can do everything in one place. Like for example, if I want to create a form, I can just go and create a form straight away. And the only downside of it is everyone needs to be a Microsoft user, Teams user. That's the only thing. And if you are not on it, you can't get on it. But for a company, it is a little bit more secure in the sense that everything is there, and it's not like you can. And the downside of it is, if you want to share things from external to Microsoft Teams, there may be a little bit of challenge. Like for example, if you want to use Jamboard, right, which is external, and then you're doing Microsoft Teams, there can be a little bit of challenge in terms of taking people out of it and bringing them back in it, so can be a little bit of a disconnect. Otherwise, my favorite now is Microsoft Teams. But I'm also getting closely acquainted with Zoom now. And yeah, I might be using Zoom for my own personal use. But company use currently would be Microsoft Teams.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Muniz. Awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so now Afnan, what platforms did you look at? What are the pros and cons, and which one's your favorite?
Okay, allow me to share my presentation because I
Oh,
did
ooh, you made a
You
presentation.
got a
Nice.
presentation. Wow.
a diagram actually. That's a simple diagram. Okay, so
This is what Mac does, isn't it? Mac.
only you have it in that. Okay, so it's buffering. I don't know the internet connection. I think. Okay, never mind. So basically, okay, there it goes. Okay, basically, I've been using and have a little bit knowledge of these four on what you call remote learning tools, okay, which is Zoom, Google Meet, WebEx, and Microsoft Teams. And okay, I also have to be honest to you guys because some of the learning tools I have some this skeptical due to outside factors. Okay, so of course by judging the place of the each tools shows my preference. Okay, the first one is Zoom. Zoom to me personally, you they have a free version and you don't have to purchase a free version. You can use it as long as you like, and the maximum number of packs that they allow is about 100 packs, and it also allows screen sharing, recording, and also whiteboard, which is very convenient. And
Okay,
another thing,
Afnan, just to let you know, the paid versions, you can have up to thousands with the paid versions. So like
okay.
the education version allows you 300.
Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, so maybe I have to check back again the number of participants.
No
Okay,
worries. But the free version, I think 100 is right. I'm not, you know.
okay. And one thing about Zoom that I really like is that you can change the background of your screen, which sometimes you can use it to hypnotize your audience, especially what our friend here Muniz did. Definitely, when you're listening to him, his tone of voice, everything, and then you can see ignited relationship. It does really support what he's saying, which is very good, which is very interesting to me about Zoom. And another thing is that Zoom is very easy to use, very user friendly, and I have personal I also subscribe to paid version of Zoom, which most of the time my sons are using it for his class because now they are using, they have to go for online. So I offered their teachers, they can use my paid account, which is about 24 hours of using. So that is my experience on Zoom. Another platform that I've used is Google Meet. Okay, and also my primary children also been using Google Meet. The only setback of Google Meet is that you don't have any whiteboard. So
Actually,
it's,
Afnan, there is a whiteboard on Google Meet.
oh, okay.
I, at least I've seen it. Maybe it's you know, it's a Mac thing. I don't know, but I definitely use the whiteboard on Google Meet. So
Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't see any that kind. Okay, maybe perhaps where my version is outdated version, or I have to update the apps that I'm using, or maybe because of Mac.
I don't know, but there is a whiteboard on the little thing. It does have that.
Okay, I'll check back. But the only thing on because I haven't seen in Google Meet is that you cannot change the background of your screen. Okay, that's the only setback in Google Meet. Okay, now we go for the last two, the least preferred by me. The reason why I least preferred of these two is because it's been uh, forced by our IT guy to use it, and a lot of restriction are there. So I cannot see any flexibility in there. especially for WebEx. I also noticed that even, let's say, for example, if you use your boss account, because most of the stuff here, only bosses are being given account, WebEx account where you can use it for 24 hours, if I'm not mistaken. The thing is that, let's say, for example, if you record your session, you have to have the password and also the username. Then only you can retrieve the recordings. Whereas in Zoom, you can select which place you want to save your audio, your recordings, which is more convenient. And WebEx, you have to have all this because of security reason. So they block everything has to be password and username, so it's very inconvenient. Same goes with Microsoft Teams. But the only thing that I know about Microsoft Teams is that they also have Office 365, which is compatible with Mac. So at least some of the features that are available in Microsoft, still Mac users can enjoy it. So, okay, if you ask me about my preference, okay, I would say Zoom. I would prefer Zoom better than other online learning platform. Then I'll go, if there's limited in Zoom, then I will go to Google Meet. And the least preferred will be Microsoft Teams. Thank you.
All right. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Afnan. All right, so Prabha, how about you? He's like,
good morning.
Good morning, Prabha. How you doing,
Yes,
man?
I was waiting for your WhatsApp reply. I thought you are still having problem with your connection. Suddenly I
No.
opened and everybody started ready. It's okay, no problem.
I said all good now, or
Oh,
working
okay.
now.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Uh,
Okay, for me, my company is using Teams, all right? So I'm more familiar with Teams, and Zoom I started to use during these training sessions, all right? So for me, and then Skype, I Googled yesterday, I Skype and then Google Meet. Compared to all these platform, as what Muniz and Afnan explained just now, for me, Teams and Zoom is the most easiest to use because of it's user friendly, easy to learn. When you see the screen, you know what is in the screen. Simple, and then easy to share files, you know, like videos. Only thing, Teams you cannot share videos. I mean, from our PC or from our laptop hard desktop, you cannot share videos because of it always pop up saying that these features is not included in Teams. All right, so recording, yes, we can do recording, and then the most important thing is the free version for the time being. That's all, Arthur. That's others all are similar to Mr.
Yeah, frozen.
they're all similar to Mr. Muniz, I think.
And please,
He's kissing. It looks like Prabha, you just kind of ended up in this position, like you're kissing.
because I was using my handphone hotspot, and then suddenly calls come in. So it's jam like that. So now change to my office Wi-Fi.
Got it.
Okay, all right. That's why I was in that position. Jam.
All right. Okay. So thank you. All right. So now we looked at a few of these. Now one that I would like to share with you, if you're doing a one-to-many type of programs, okay, is going to be StreamYard. Okay. So let me just quickly share that. Okay. So this is the back end of StreamYard, and these are some stuff that we've done in the past. And so when you enter the broadcast studio, the thing is that you can set it up in a lot of ways. Now, of course, this is a one-to-many. This is not specifically the interactive element, right? Okay, and so right now I'm not, because I'm using my webcam for Zoom, I can't use it for this, right? So one thing that that we have, if I was doing this, okay, I could go ahead, say for example, now I can invite you, okay, which I'm going to do right now, okay, copy to clipboard. I'm going to invite you right now to this broadcast. All right, and oh, but you won't be able to use your thing either. Let's just see here, chat.
Arthur?
Yeah.
Just now when you mentioned about webcam, does if you have any idea, WebEx, does it support webcam? External
WebEx?
Yes.
Yeah, all of these support webcams. All of them support webcams.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and hang on, let me just see if I can also use my other webcam on this instead. It's possible. Okay, I've just given you a link which may be able to do or not. This is based on a program that we did. So for example, one of the things you can do is, okay, you've got all, like, okay, so Munis is there. So you can see, you would be able to see the people who are here, for example, okay? So everybody that's here you can see, but you can't, in this case, because you're using your webcam specifically for Zoom, it won't share it, all right? And now you can have it so that like 2 people actually apply here. You can have it so that multiple people on the screen, up to 6. Okay, you can have 1 main person and then all the small people, and then here is like sharing screen. So let me see if I can do a screen sharing kind of thing also, where I can, okay, well, let's just try an application window, okay, or Chrome tab. Let's do, sure, let's go ahead and share the StreamYard, okay? All right, so now here we've got that on StreamYard, and we can have a person plus, okay, this. Now, one of the things about StreamYard that's really cool is that you can show stuff on it, okay? And this is all happening live if you actually put it on live, for example. And then you can have different kinds of banners. You can have branding on it. So for example, this is the little brand that we have at the top, okay? You can put things like this on here, which then will show like the different things that you've got, and then you can take off the banner. Oops, not that one. Okay, so that way you can see, you can have different people here at the top. All of these things would appear on a live stream, okay? All of these appear on a live stream, okay? And so when you're doing this, you can actually set it up to be in different places. Hang on, let's see if the other webcam works.
Excuse me, Arthur.
Yes.
On the banner, does it restrict it to only paid version, or even trial version also can use?
Free version, but with free version, you're limited. You can't record it, or if you can, I think it's like just very limited. And the second one is that with the free version, you can only have 1 stream, while on the paid version, you can have multiple streams. Okay, so that means that you are, so that when you're in there, you can have as many streams as you want. But the good thing is that, you know, you'll be able to literally put your branding on here. You can add videos, for example. And you have these videos that you can play automatically. So when we did this, the reboot 2020, which was a conference, an online conference. We had about 3,000 people coming from different places. And then in between the speakers, we'd play these commercials, which were all recorded on video. So any of the things that you want to do, you know, for a conference, this is really good. And this is one of the platforms that we use, because every month we do a small conference where we highlight our DC trainers, okay, our certified trainers. And so we highlight them for the different things that they do or apply, so that, and we promote them. And at the same time, of course, you know, it's also promoting DC, and it's giving them the exposure. So this way, you know, it creates also a more database for us to build a business on. So it's a good platform for that kind of thing. So again, it's not really a training platform. It's more of just a conference type platform. But oh, and one thing that anyway you can do with this that I couldn't show here because there aren't any comments, is that when there are comments from Facebook, for example, you can highlight them on the screen. And then somebody can, like whoever's on there can answer. If somebody's asking questions from a Facebook, they can answer those questions.
So it means this program also, you can link it to your Facebook Live?
Yeah, yeah, oh, it is linked to Facebook. See, it doesn't, people that sign in to watch your conferences do not go to, they go into either Facebook Live or to YouTube Live or LinkedIn Live, whichever one, or all three if you've got a paid version.
Okay, another question is that, let's say, for example, if you subscribe to, I forgot the name of the thing again, what was it called? StreamYard. Okay,
right.
Do you have to pay extra? Let's say if you want to link it to Facebook or something, because...
Okay, the free version, you can link it to one account only. And then if you want to change it, you can link it to another account. But it only allows you one account for the free version. For the paid version, you're getting 8 hours a day of recordings, and and that, you know, that, and you don't get any recordings, I think, with the free version.
Okay. Can try it as well. Seems interesting.
Okay, so again, I mean, it's not for training per se, but it is great for having, you know, conferences or anything where, you know, you want to, you know, show things on it, because there's no limit to how many people can join, because it's all on platforms like Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn.
What catches me actually for this StreamYard is that you have the banner there, and then you can straight away link it to Facebook. Means you can do it live.
Yeah. Yeah. The branding and the banners, and you can add little things like starting in 5 minutes, or you can add join me at, you know, www.awesomeness.com or whatever, right? So you can just kind of put that on there instantly based on what you're talking about. But again, this platform also, you know, when we were talking about like pre-setup, okay, it's much better if you actually have somebody in the background doing all of that work for you, or for the speakers, to make sure that the speakers focus on speaking.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. All right. So that was basically, that's the that is what we have for these different platforms. So I mean, most of the ones that you guys commented on, those are the main ones anyway. So it's going to be Skype, Google, WebEx, which WebEx, yeah, you know, they just make things complicated. I just never liked WebEx. It's like, you know, they were actually one of the first platforms to do this kind of conferencing and stuff. The problem is that they never changed and modernized. So well, they have, but it's just been really slow compared to others that have really jumped on making it easy to do. So those are the different things. So thanks for doing the research.
Sorry, I remember using Webpack like more than 10 years ago. There was once I was using Webpack and it was like so complicated, and after that, that's it.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, they and they were expensive before. Now they're like, oh my gosh, you know, everybody else is doing it super cheap and free, so we better do something. So so anyway, any questions? No questions. Prabha, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Only thing, why our videos from our desktop cannot be shared in any platform?
Well, you can share a video on your desktop.
I mean, through Microsoft Teams cannot.
Oh, I don't know about Microsoft Teams, but you can on Zoom.
Okay,
On
I'll
Zoom,
try.
you
I'll
can.
try.
Okay, so with Zoom, unfortunately, here, let me do this. What I'll do is I will take a screenshot because I can't share my Zoom screen. That's the only thing is with Zoom, you can't share the Zoom screen, right? So, but let me just kind of quickly check what's possible here. Okay. First of all, we go over here to advanced. Okay, so let's look at this part right here. Okay, so you can. Okay, I'm gonna let's see if I copy that. Can I put it in the chat? Yes, I can. Maybe. Is it working? Nope, cannot. Okay. So let's save it. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't need to save it. I can just keep it as it is, and I can show you based on sharing my screen. Okay, so I can share my screen related to just that one thing. All right, hang on. Okay, so what you can see here is when I do screen sharing, all right, I can go to advanced.
Okay.
Right, and now on advanced, I can actually do a portion of the screen, a portion of the screen. Okay, so that means that I can have my video from Zoom or okay on the side, and then I can have the video that I want to share on the screen. Okay, and of course it's going to ask you if you want to include if you want to include the audio, which you can do also, or you can just share your screen and play the video on your screen. That works too.
All right. All right.
Okay, does that help?
Okay. 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 Yes.
So yes, you can. At least on Zoom, you can. On Meet, Google Meet, you can share YouTube videos. All you have to do is upload your videos to YouTube.
Okay. Okay.
In Zoom, right? Say for example, I use Zooms, you know, because I like using the background and all those things. So I can do a recording using Zoom and all, and then can upload it into YouTube also, isn't it?
Yes, you can. That is correct. So right now, for example, all of these recordings are being done on the cloud, okay, on the Zoom cloud. Simply because it's easier, less things can go wrong in case your internet stops, for example, and you're recording it on your computer, you just lost your entire recording. So, so that would suck. Making sure, so for example, if for any reason my internet stopped and I dropped out right now, the recording would continue, and the first person, I believe it's the first person that joined the group, will be the automatic admin.
Excuse me, Arthur.
Yes.
This is my experience, yesterday's experience. I was hosting a training session on WebEx, okay? And then suddenly, I'm not sure what happened to my PC, my laptop hanged. laptop was hanged, but at the same time, I also have the second screen, which is connected differently using another account. And I noticed that when the host was hanged, and then I have to restart again my laptop, the recording is still on towards the end.
But it was, so that would be a cloud-based recording.
No, yes, it was cloud-based recording.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. If you do cloud-based recordings, it continues to record. Again, I mean, even like you were saying in WebEx, if you do a local, so for example, with Zoom, you can choose to have the recording on your computer, which again, that's where your problems will come in. If you have a problem, because it will stop the recording if your program hangs or if your computer hangs.
Let's say if you as a host have internet connection or something, but still the recording still continues.
And the recording continues if it's on the cloud, if you choose cloud-based recording.
Even though, let's say, as a host, you have an internet connection or maybe your PC hang or something, blackout or something, but still the recording still continues, isn't it?
That's correct. Yes.
And
okay.
then,
and for example, if I lost my internet now on Zoom, Munis was the first person into the room, so Munis would become the automatic admin.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And the recording would continue because it's a cloud-based recording.
Okay. Another thing is, also experience happened in WebEx. I assigned my presenter as a host also. So after 40 minutes, the recording stopped. And then I realized that because his account is free account, my account is paid account. So as soon as you transfer the host, it also follows whoever is using it. Let's say, for example, you're recording and then you transfer it to Moniz.
This is WebEx or Zoom?
This is WebEx. It happened in WebEx. Okay.
Okay.
So straight away, the recording stopped after 40 minutes. Okay. So let's say, for example, if this thing, if you're recording right now in WebEx, in Zoom, and then Muniz Zoom is a free version, and yours definitely is a paid version. So let's say, for example, your PC or maybe your internet cut off or something, and then it will transfer to Muniz. Will it also be 40 minutes, or it will be as like a paid version of Zoom?
I don't know, but that has actually happened before on a 1 hour program, okay. 1 hour plus, and during our online trainer certification, and that it was transferred. It was transferred to someone, to one of the team members that were on there, but I didn't assign them as administrators. So they were just using the free version. So I don't know for a fact, but the recording was still on.
Okay.
So I don't remember the exact time. I just remember that my computer crashed, everything went down, but the recording was still on. And that the session, that session lasted about 2 hours.
Okay.
But I don't know at which point my computer went off.
Mm-hmm. So it means to be safe, it's better if you did recording and then save it into cloud rather than into PC.
Definitely cloud is going to be a better, a safer way to do it. Absolutely.
Okay. Thanks for the tip.
Anytime. That's what I'm here for. All right. Any questions? Okay, so later on, the only sessions that we have next are basically how to get paid for your online programs. So if you are not interested in getting paid because you're doing it only for in-house, it's not important. But if you are doing it as to actually get money for your programs, these would be worth watching. And it's based on the experience we've had, and we've tried a lot of different kinds of stuff. So watch those, and those are not part of your test. The only thing, again, are the elements of creating the bigger elements of transferring knowledge. Okay. Now, one of the things that is important to remember because of GTF endorsement guidelines is that your slides and you know, the content that you're doing, if you are using other people's stuff, you need to give some kind of a little credit for all of that for whatever it is that you're using. Okay. So for example, if you're doing NLP and you know, and it's John Grinder's thing or Richard Bandler's thing or something like that, you can basically say this. Okay. Or if you're doing something from Six Thinking Hats, you can, you know, just say, oh, you know, this excerpt from Six Thinking Hats. All you need to do in anything that you use as far as content, you just need to make sure that that you give credit to the people who came up with the content itself. Okay, so make sure that in your program, in your 1.5 hour program, that you actually do give credit. So far, I didn't see any specific credit in the program that you did. Again, I didn't, you know, Afnan. So I don't know if that was, you know, like there, I didn't see anything on there, but that, you know, I didn't understand it either. But anyway, you can go for the you can go for that, and it's just something to consider anytime that you're doing any programs, is to you know, have that level of professionalism, which also makes it look like you're giving you actually did your research. So that's important. It doesn't make you look less smart if you're using other people's research. It simply shows that you are a researcher and you are supporting the people that who have provided you with elements that you have combined to create some unique element or unique program.
Okay, let's say if, for example, you are a licensed trainer, means you've been certified to teach that kind of program, NLP or any other programs. So
Okay.
we need also to acknowledge that, or just simply put the logo there?
Yeah, I mean, if you're certified, you know, just say, yeah, I am a certified trainer of ABC, you know, or this is a certified program from, you know, an ABC certified program, whatever. Okay, so if it's so if you've been certified, it's okay to, as the only thing is basically the acknowledgement of where it comes from, and that's it. So if you're certified anyway, you want to show your credentials because that gives you more credibility.
Okay, sure. And speaking about programs, I will sending you guys on my program tomorrow on body language, and I hope that it also can be used as part of the certification test, Arthur.
Okay, sure.
And
Please send it to us.
It's in Malay also. So I hope you don't mind, but still I hope you.
No worries, no worries. Again, as long as you know you kind of get the whole thing. It's not. Remember, this is not about the content. It is about the delivery, the excitement, the potential to convey the entire learning. Okay, so that's those are the key elements.
Okay, cool.
I will also send mine to all of you guys. So
Okay, so the only thing left is the section on getting paid, and then submitting your program, and that's it, guys. The next program, the next time we meet, we'll have a short discussion on the getting paid elements if you have any questions, and the graduation. Dun dun dun. Okay, so I need in order to get the graduation, I got to make sure you guys actually have the recorded stuff first. So will you guys be able to do it over the weekend?
Yeah.
Mine definitely. I will be having my session.
Okay, Prabha?
I will plan one special for this.
Nice. Special for this. Okay, that's good. Are you
Because
gonna do it over the weekend?
normally, we can, what time? You want me to send it to you?
Well, yes, yeah. You need to send us your recording sometime, ideally over the weekend, and then we can have our session. If you do it before Sunday, if you have your session before Sunday, we can have our session on Sunday, or we can have it on Monday, whichever you prefer.
Okay, okay. Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay, so then let's save. Okay, Is it okay to just determine the next meeting on WhatsApp?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.